Hi guys, welcome to class number 2. Last week we started an exercise called Don't Think, See, and this is part 2 of Don't Think, See. There are two ways that you can see. The first way you could see is with your eyes and all of your senses perceiving the moment in front of you that you're in right now. And the second way of seeing is in your head, in a place called your imagination. What is imagination? I know for me that word always made me uncomfortable because I always thought I don't have an imagination because I assumed imagination meant creativity and I always felt like I wasn't creative as a kid. Imagination comes from the word imagine, and imagine comes from the word image. So imagination is picture. Another word for image is picture. So imagination is seeing pictures in your head. That's what teachers should teach kids in school when they say, use your imagination. They should say, see pictures in your head. Now, the pictures could be something that you make up, fiction. You're picturing it, imagining it. It doesn't exist. You're creating it in your head. The pictures could also be your memories. Your memories are like pictures in your mind. And none of us has perfect memory, or some of us do, but most of us don't. But we remember parts and details from our memories, and during the day when we're awake, when we're thinking with our logical, rational mind, we don't see pictures. We hear our thoughts and we see what's in front of us. But when we start to daydream, maybe the pictures aren't as clear as what's in front of us right now, but we picture these things. And certainly when we dream at night, we picture we're in the image. It's live. We feel it, and yet it's not there. We're dreaming in our imagination. So in this class, I'm going to teach you how to use your imagination as a source of inspiration for when you're writing, in your journal, in your creative journal. Remember that our journal that we're keeping here isn't just Dear Diary. It's a place for practicing the creative process, and in that process, it might turn into a story or a poem or a song, or it just might be a place for us to journal. So when you're sitting down and you're looking at a blank piece of paper, like I was saying last week, what should I write about? I can't think of anything. I don't have any ideas. I'm tired of writing about the same 3 thoughts going through my head and writing about the moment that I'm in. I'm always sitting in my room when I write. Okay, it's boring. The second thing you can do is when I'm sitting down to write, I could write about what I see in my head and in terms of my memories. Now, a lot of people say, I don't remember anything. I have a bad memory. I'm talking about anything before the moment you sat down to write. It could be this morning. I personally just came from the farmer's market. When I sit and think about it, I get a ton of details coming back to my mind. Oh, it's hot. I'm uncomfortable. It's making me nervous. My kids keep running away. I got to keep my eye on them. There's streams of people coming at me. And my mind jumps around to different moments. There's a lady sitting next to me. She's got a tattoo of a butterfly on her face. You get the weirdest people at this farmer's market I go to. I see the man. He's offering me a yellow watermelon as I walk by to go to the mushroom stand. There's a million different memories, and all I got to do is just start writing about one and see where it leads me. So here's an example. Well, let me slow down. What I'm going to have you do this week is I want you to continue what you were doing last week, which is you're starting writing in the moment what you see going on around you and just see where it takes you. And you can write about your thoughts, you can write about your feelings, you can write about anything. It could be messy, but start in the moment if you can't think of anything to write about. So you're going to do the same thing this week. You're going to start in the moment, writing what you see, but not this moment. You're going to start in a memory. So if I was to do an example right now in front of you, or actually let me read an example I have right here. Okay. My pen just fell behind the desk. The pen my father gave me. Actually, it fell there about 10 minutes ago. Now I'm lying on my bed, lying here, too tired to get it, listening to my roommate snore. The roommate who won't talk to me, listening to the bed creak as he rolls over, watching the numbers on the digital clock flip over, thinking I should get up and find that pen before I forget it's even there, before I forget, fall asleep, and wake in the morning to this stupid desk, stupid ceiling, stupid world. So just a memory. The writer is older. He remembers being in college. He just went to some random memory and he started writing what was going on. What was he seeing, thinking, feeling? Here's another example. I see her from a distance. She's carrying a suitcase and a small handbag slung over her shoulder. I walk faster. It has been years since I've seen her, and as I get closer to her, I feel the old longing, the old love resurface. When we're 3 feet apart from each other, she sees me, and we stop, and we stand there for an awkward moment before hugging each other. Okay, so these are examples of going into a memory and writing what you see. Now, these examples were written in the present tense, as if it was happening right now. So I'm sitting on a bus with my grandmother going to the fish market. I'm talking about a memory from 30 years ago, but I'm in the present tense. Or it could be I was sitting on the bus with my grandmother. So you could do present or past. Don't worry about the tenses. And the images could jump from one to the other. So it doesn't have to be a story. It could be, I'm laying in bed like he was talking about the pen behind the desk, my stupid roommate. Now I'm 4 and I'm on the beach with my father and I'm holding a balloon and he's yelling at me, "Don't let go of the balloon!" And it could move around. And I guess that's basically it. Just write what you see where it takes you, and it's okay if it's messy, it's okay if it doesn't make sense. Just practice learning to get your inspiration from the seeing in your mind, the pictures, your memories, images. If you want to make up fiction and not use real life and make stuff up, that's okay too. I usually encourage the students to practice using their real life experiences just so you get in the habit of making it realistic. But this is a creative class, so feel free to ignore me at any time and do what you want and see where it takes you. If you have any questions, if this doesn't make any sense, or if you get stuck at any point, you have my email, you have my cell phone, text me, email me, and we could jump on a Skype call or FaceTime and I'll clarify it for you. Feel free to email me an example of something you wrote if you're totally like, I don't know if this is what he wants. I'm just a text away or an email away. Have a great week, and I'll see you this week live.